joining me today for this instructional videotape. Now you may be asking, John, how in the bejeebus can I do storyboards if I cannot draw a face? Well, let me tell you about abstractedness. Today we'll learn how to draw a really simple head which conveys the most important piece of information. What is your character looking at? In the film biz, where your character is looking is called the eye line. Controlling the eye line helps with maintaining continuity with your shots, but most importantly, it helps drive your story.
This is Sparta!
A super simple way to describe the character's eye line is to draw a T-shape, which is an abstract form of the brow and the nose. From the side drawing, all we need is a triangle for the nose and the eye. And from a more 3D, three-quarter view, we can use the T-shape again, but shift it a little to the side. To start with, draw an oval that represents your character's head. Place the brow line just a little above the horizontal center of the head. Then draw a vertical line that's about half the size of the head in length from the brow. This represents the character's nose. If our character's looking down, we need to shift the brow line down past the halfway. If our character's looking up, we need to do the opposite and shift the brow line and vertical line up. And if they are looking to the side, we shift the T-shape to the side. You'll notice moving the T-shape around creates the illusion of the character's eye line. So the T-shape works when the character is facing the camera. But what if they look away? What we can do is draw a triangle shape to represent the nose in the side of the head. Now it would only be the tip of the nose we would see, as the rest of the nose will be obstructed by the face. And then a little C shape just off center to represent the ear. If we draw that into a frame and add some shoulders, we now have a medium two shot of two characters interacting with each other. So you enjoy drawing the face, do you? Well, let's dive into the valley of the body. When drawing the human figure, it's super helpful to have a rough idea of the proportions of the human body. Now, proportions can get, like all things fine art, pretty complex, but we're going to cover off on just the important ones for your average adult. Using the head as our unit of measurement, the average adult is between 7.5 and 8 heads high. Starting from the top, the shoulders start just under the 7 head mark, about 1/3 of a head down. The shoulders are also about 2.5 heads wide. Next, the navel, or the waist, is found at the 5th head mark and just a little smaller than the width of the shoulders. The crotch sits at 4 heads at the center of the body. Just below the crotch is where the gap for the legs start, which is the edge of the butt. This one's important, as it's where the inner leg starts. The knees end at the 2nd head mark, and when both together are about 1 head unit wide. Heading up to the arms, you'll notice the elbow sits about halfway down the arm and lines up with the navel at 5 heads. The wrist lines up closely with the crotch, and the tips of the fingers rest about halfway down the thigh. From the side view, you'll notice how the spine curves and that the chest pushes out past the head. So let's translate that into a simple abstract form. Why this shape? Well, the silhouette reads well from any scale within the frame. It's also used in architectural drawings and film and video game concepts to give a sense of scale, or just to say, hey, there's people floating around here. Let's get drawing. We start by drawing the head. Then next, establish the shoulders with a line. Remember, the shoulders are just under the head and are about 2.5 heads wide. We're going to create a box which represents the torso, which is about 3 heads high. Before drawing the legs, it's handy to do a quick measure as to where the feet rest, which is about 4 heads under the torso. The feet are about half a head long. Lastly, let's do the arms. For now, we'll just do them resting at their side. The elbows are going to be about halfway down the torso, with the hands resting above the middle of the thigh. When drawing the feet, the direction they point helps to sell which way the body is facing. From the basic human silhouette, you can make all kinds of your own variations. You could add a long dress. You could squash it down to create a child character. You could make it even more basic. This would be handy if the subject is really small in the frame, or you have a crowd you wanted to draw. Or you could head out west.
Howdy, stranger.
Just remember to roughly stick to those general proportions for the head, shoulders, torso, the legs, and the 2 arms. With drawing the arm gestures, sometimes it's easier to draw the hands first. If you think about it, the arms actually follow the hands. Other times, it's easier to start with the arm, like if the character's pointing, for instance. With gestures, we can exaggerate the line of the arm to help sell the character's pose. Creating gestures with the arms is a simple way to express what your character is feeling, and can be lots of fun to experiment with. If you get stuck with how the arm gestures should look, simply use yourself as a reference by striking a pose in front of the mirror at home. So now that you have an idea of how to draw abstract people, have a go at drawing some simple storyboards like the ones from these famous directors. And if you want to learn how to draw some easy environments for your characters, check out the other videos on this channel. Now let me smack the devil out of this brush. Bang, bang, dang,